Hello.
Hello. For those of for the members of the public who are joining us via Zoom, we are currently waiting on two of our directors before beginning. We do not have a quorum just yet, so we'll begin as soon as we can. Thank you.
We're here. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'll call the meeting of the Public Space Authority Administration and Budget Committee ordered. It is 5:37 p.m. Call roll.
Director Chapman.
Here.
Director Alexander.
Here.
Director Gill.
Yeah.
We're all here and present. All right, first order of business is the approval of minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve. The second.
I love that.
You were not here. Okay, so.
You can still.
Yeah, just.
Okay, so a motion to approve the minutes. Been moved by Director Gill, second by Director Alexander. All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
All three directors voted yes.
And that was unanimously approved. There we go. Okay. The first item of business, a read at-large application to the CAC for Joe Henwood.
could you change the procedure now, no more?
Oh.
Just I is okay now?
Yeah, there's no squeaking. There we go.
Yes, I printed out the agenda packets for you because I figured it might be easier to follow along. Okay. Thank you, directors. My name is Caroline Hernandez, Clerk of the Board of the Santa Clara Valley Open Space Authority. And our first item tonight is reviewing the at-large application for located in your packets for Mr. Joseph Henwood. And tonight's recommendation is that the Administration and Budget Committee review the at-large application submitted by Mr. Joe Henwood and make a recommendation to the Board of Directors for an appointment to the at-large vacancy on the Citizens Advisory Committee. The Citizens Advisory Committee is a 15-member committee comprised of 7 district representatives and 8 at-large representatives. District representatives reside within the respective district and are recommended by their district director, whereas at-large applicants can reside anywhere within the district and are recommended to the board after review and consideration by the ABC. Currently, there are 2 open seats on the CAC. One is the District 6 representative, and the other is an at-large position previously held by our former CAC member, Peter Pham, who resigned on April 3rd, 2023. So we've had quite a long vacancy for this particular seat. And so our applicant, Mr. Joseph Henwood, he's a volunteer for the Open Space Authority, assisting with trail patrol, outreach events, and trail masters. He submitted his application to the at-large vacant position on August 21st, 2024. Staff verified that Mr. Henwood does indeed live within the jurisdiction in District 5, and so he meets the criteria for holding that seat. And I believe Mr. Henwood has joined us. So Mr. Henwood, if you would like to introduce yourself and then provide just a little bit of context as to why you are interested in being on the CAC.
Sure. I'm sorry I came in a little bit late. Unfortunately, I am up in the mountains and the laptop said I needed to restart. So here I am restarting. My name is Joe Henwood, and I am currently a volunteer with the Trail Masters. And by doing that, I am very interested in what the Open Space Authority has available for me, as well as for people that come by to all of our preserves. What I'm looking to do is help educate and show them what we have to offer. I've also done, hopefully you have seen my application, Trails Patrol. I've done some outreach programs as well, and I have worked in all of the preserves. And what I'm looking to do is just help educate people, show them what's available, and let them see what they can do to enjoy nature as well as have their children enjoy nature.
Thank you, Mr. Henwood.
Yes.
Um, oh. Through the chair, if you would like to ask Mr. Henwood any questions, please feel free.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Henwood?
Hi.
Director Gill?
No, I don't have any question.
I'd just like to say,
Most welcome to it.
say it looks like you've been very involved with the OSA and for many years within the community, so that's great.
Yes, I've been very involved.
I have one very simple question for Mr. Henwood. What's your favorite preserve?
I would have to say Rancho first because there are more things available, and then the newest one, Mayan, would be second.
Yeah, the view from the top is wonderful, isn't it?
It is. I mean, the flowers are spectacular when they are popping per se, and just to show people what's up there and have their eyes open up to that, it's amazing. Having them come back and see it again, and then in turn tell other people about it, and just have more people enjoy the preserve.
It's one of my favorite preserves for wildflower walks.
It's great when the poppies are going. It's the whole hillside is just golden. It's beautiful.
Okay, well, thank you very much for applying, and we appreciate the time that you spent to be with us today.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Enjoy your time in the mountains.
Thankfully I will, and enjoy your night as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so
Yes, that was gonna be my next thing, and then next steps
So
are.
next steps, after your consideration, the board, the ABC could make their recommendation to the board to either appoint Mr. Joe Henwood or not appoint Mr. Joe Henwood. So, and then that would go to the Board of Directors on their September 26th meeting. And then our next CAC meeting is after. It is after, our next CAC meeting is September 23rd. So the board appointment would be afterwards. So the next CAC meeting after that is in November.
Okay, that would be great.
But you could attend that
Love to be there.
if you wanted to.
Yes, Mr. Henwood could attend the upcoming CAC meeting as a member of the public to view, to sit in.
Great.
Director Gill, is that a motion that you'd like to make?
Oh, you need a motion to?
Yes, we need to make a recommendation.
Motion, no?
I make a I will turn my microphone on first. I make a motion that we recommend that Mr. Joseph Henwood become a member of the CAC, that we recommend it to the full board.
I'll do second then.
All right, great. So we have a motion to recommend Joe Henwood to appoint him to the CAC that would be formally approved by the board on September 26th. I know that. You're doing your thing.
And the mover was Director Gill.
No,
Yes, no, Director Alexander made the motion and Director Gill made the second.
Okay. And then now Director Chapman,
Yes,
Director Alexander,
Yes.
Director Gill.
yes.
all right, that motion passed unanimously.
Wonderful.
All
Thank you.
right, congratulations, Mr. Henwood.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Look
have a good
forward to it.
evening.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item of business is the review of the diversity, equity, and inclusion document for inclusion to the Board of Governance principles.
Ooh, okay, hello again. Once again, I'm Caroline Hernandez, Clerk of the Board, and our second item today is reviewing the draft statement for equity and inclusion to include in the board governance principles. And so today's recommendation is that the ABC review the statement provided in your packets and provide feedback on the draft statement, and pending any amendments or feedback, recommend to the board for inclusion in the board governance principles. So this too would go to the board for full board approval.
Um, Can I ask you one question? Are you done there? Or you want to give any presentation?
Oh, yeah, I was still going. Yes,
Okay.
okay, thank you. Okay, so we've made a lot of progress in the last year, putting together our board governance principles. We've successfully added transparency, our core values, ethics and accountability, committees. We recently looked at a draft statement for approval for board training and development. And now here we are at our final statement for inclusion, equity and inclusion. The authority was ahead of its time in 2013 when equity and inclusion was initially discussed as an item to add to our board's quote unquote code of conduct. In 2021, a joint ad hoc committee for justice, equity, diversity, inclusion, and access was formed. And this ad hoc committee was created to plan and inform future practices, policies, and programs that support the authority's mission of connecting people to nature. The ad hoc committee, which was comprised of the directors sitting at the time and CAC members with the support of authority staff, met over the course of 2021, establishing groundwork for purpose and outcomes of the initiative. Here we see that the final product of that work, which is the authority's justice, equity, diversity, inclusion, and access statement. And so I just go ahead and quickly read it. The authority values justice, equity, diversity, inclusion, and access in our work to preserve the natural environment, support agriculture, and connect people to nature. We have accessible, collaborative, and accountable processes to engage the diverse communities we serve in our programs, projects, careers, and governance opportunities. We have respect for the land and all people in our community. We are inclusive and acknowledge current and historic land stewards. We empower future generations of conservation leaders, and we invite everyone to join and connect to nature with us.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
I got confused reading this at home too, that, so that's the statement from 2022. And then in the memo, it references Exhibit C and Exhibit D, but I don't see either one of those in the pack.
Oh.
So there's Exhibit B, Exhibit L, and then that statement without anything. So I wasn't sure what I was reading.
I'm not sure what I gave you then. I can print what might be missing, but the look all there. I can, oh, yeah.
I can assist.
There's a lot of page flipping.
It looks like what maybe you labeled as Exhibit D as an attachment is really Exhibit L.
Exhibit L was part of, because I downloaded that from the board packet from that April 2022 meeting. So my apologies for not cleaning that up.
And is there an Exhibit C?
So the Exhibit C is the equity.
No, C is L.
Oh, C is L.
C is L?
And D
And D is the last
is the last one.
Okay, because I wasn't sure what was new and what was
Okay,
old and, okay.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. And so part of the groundwork that the Joint Ad Hoc Committee did was we created the statement and created a ways to engage model. And the ways to engage model illustrates that staff are, the work comes from staff and flows outward. And that this model provides how staff, the board and the CAC are engaging with the community in terms of inclusion and access. And so this is Exhibit C, the draft equity and inclusion statement for your consideration. So it's a very simple statement illustrating how the board is promoting the mission of connecting people to nature through creating welcoming, accessible, and safe places and programming. That the board takes accountability for how the authority operationalizes our JEDIA statement through requesting periodic reports on progress, new initiatives and challenges. And that the board encourages staff and CAC and itself to use the ways to engage model when navigating situations.
Like the last page. Oh, no.
Oh.
The different way we engage
Mhm.
and all the five way you engage that. That is really impressive. But if you make a little bit more impressive to give each like the leading to action, how? Do you have any example?
Well, actually, this is something that we've talked about in highlighting.
The reason is that because I don't know what does that mean. This is my English is my maybe the fifth language. Might be I don't understand, but how you can just leading through action mean?
So leading the way. So, for example, some of the programs that we offer on our preserves, Terry and Michelle did a program where we invited an organization that brought refugees out into the open space preserves. And even though there was a language barrier, they were still able to provide them interpretation through sensory
I
experiences.
understand that,
Mhm.
but if you can just make a little bit description.
Oh, okay. Yes.
No, not me. Whatever is the leading through action. Just give one little bit of description about that. That's the meaning of that.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
This is my
believe so.
thinking, maybe I'm wrong. It's not necessarily I'm always right.
Yeah.
Through the chair, if I may, the intention of this, I'm Elizabeth Loretto, Administrative Operations Manager, for the record. Also though serves as the project manager for the authority's continuing JEDIA work. The intention of this graphic is to just really kind of represent that there are opportunities, like Carolyn gave that specific example, where the authority will be the leader. There are opportunities where the authority will need to kind of stand back or can make an impact in the world of JEDIA by standing in solidarity, by making space for others who maybe know more, do more to elevate the topic, or that they're acting in support of, or financially investing primarily through our urban grants program. So we can definitely provide some more context around kind of what each of those might look like, but I just wanted to also give that kind of clarify that full context.
Not a line, just 2-3 words. Let's put that one. What does that mean? Then I can understand, or maybe the other people understand it. If I understand, the other one might be.
Would it be simple enough to say, like, are you thinking, just for clarity, a specific example, or just to really kind of spell it out that?
Maybe example is better. Just example, if it's
Okay.
whatever you think is look better. So if I know that of the leading through action, I know what does that mean. But might be the other people, whoever want to read
Sure.
that one, don't understand what does that mean. Even though the graphic is already telling what does that mean is that.
Yeah,
But some, who knows, somebody just understand the graphic mean is that.
Mhm.
yeah,
So if you have, it's just a suggestion.
appreciate it very
Yeah.
much.
Mhm.
Yeah, we want this to be useful for ourselves, for you as a board.
And then the other-
And for the public to understand what our intentions are with it, so appreciate that feedback a lot.
Build off of Director Gill. Maybe flip, start with ways we engage with the graphic, because that's very strong. It's a very strong statement that you've got there. Because I get it. I mean, I look at it, you look at the graphics, you look at leading, standing, making space, acting as a force of this, because that is about, the community. And then you can take the wording underneath it and then kind of just expand it a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe it flows better, because you're gonna see the graphic and you go, okay, this is that engagement work, this is what we're doing, and then you're explaining it. Saying, we lead through action, through events, equitable events, maybe just a couple words, right?
Yeah.
That-
Yes.
That add that in there.
Yeah.
It's not like making a whole
No, not the whole
Page.
page, just one or two, that's it.
right, like leading through action through equitable events, or standing in solidarity with our communities, or that, that kind of thing.
And I was thinking you could even, in that last paragraph, the board will encourage the use. You could just go on to say, there are different options for how we act, and sometimes we
Mhm.
take on a leadership role and take action, but sometimes it's more appropriate to stand back and make space. I mean, you could
Mhm.
spell out the symbols a little bit.
Actually,
That's a great
I
suggestion.
like this way. Better than this.
Well, that's that was the original graphic. We actually updated it.
I like.
So, yeah, People have their own preference, right?
We'll provide that
But,
design feedback.
I'm a technologist, so that's why I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the marketing person, I'm like, hey.
I have a question though, Director Gill, because these are the same words,
I know.
but I just wonder why it works better.
No, it's not that, I'm talking about the graphical guide, not the
Oh,
way they just layout.
The layout. It looks like a molecule.
Actually made more sense to you in that picture.
I'm talking about the layout. Because
Got it.
this layout is a technical layout,
Sure.
so this is
Yes.
might be marketing.
I have a background as a teacher, I like this.
This is
I
a
also-
marketing teacher and this one is the same thing.
No, and also I think it's helpful to, if you're challenged, if you're a challenged learner, right? You're going to recognize the symbols before you're gonna look at the words.
Mhm.
So I think I come from that standpoint, that might be a teaching thing, but it's, if you're
Yeah.
teaching to a younger person, somebody with.
This way, this is the first one, right?
Yes.
Then you have to move this one, right? Then you have to move this one, right? So then this one and then this one. If you go that way, people can start from wherever they like.
I see.
Which, it's a great point, because that
That
is the
is-
intention,
Yeah,
you
that's-
start wherever, it's not a
Like I
flow.
tell you, this is it, right?
Linear.
It's
If you
right.
like that one, the people first have to go from there, then there, then there, then there, then there.
I see what
But
you're
I
saying.
cannot just go from there or here. If
Mhm.
you do this format, people can look at wherever they like it, right? So they start from there, even this way, this way, this way, yeah.
If I may, I will just say this is really great feedback. This updated graphic was designed for a landing page on our website that ultimately hasn't gone live yet because of the work we've now been doing to update our website. So we can bring this back to our communications team who created the graphic and to our Jediah staff working group with that exact
No,
feedback.
this is just my.
No,
own-
but
No, I
very
think it's a
interesting.
good
It's a
perspective.
And to your point, you can start anywhere. It's not start in one spot. So
Mhm.
appreciate that feedback.
Would it be possible, or would it be too busy to have the format that Director Gill likes, but to put
With the
the visuals in the circles still?
I'm gonna speak on behalf of the creative folks and say I'm sure it's possible.
Because that way, everybody.
And everybody's happy,
Yeah.
right? Then you get the visual, the storytelling. and
Right.
then You get the
Non-linear.
non-linear
the
flow,
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
Appreciate
Great suggestions. Thank you.
great work. I know this is a piece of, you know, that you're hoping to finish and complete and then sign off on this project.
And then implement it.
And then implement it, and which that is, you know, that's the basis for the work, right? is
Yes.
Implementing it, but then again, I think this is, it's very good strategically. It's something about what we are, and it's good to communicate that with the public so they have an understanding kind of how we operate.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, it's a great work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate the effort you guys are doing.
Thank you.
So do you have the feedback you need?
I think so. Okay, yes. Okay, yes, next step. So we will make those amendments to the graphic. And we're hoping to bring the full package with the board training and the equity and inclusion statement to the board in November.
Okay. I think maybe bring both graphic to the full board.
Oh,
To the full board and then get other people's opinion as
You
well.
want to engage good dialogue.
yeah,
Maybe that will get the board engaged. We'll have a
Yeah,
little,
sure.
we'll have a little.
Yeah, I think maybe if you bring this one and then read that one might be this, oh, this is not the right one, we need
always
not
imagine
everybody.
Which board
their
member is gonna
opinion.
go for which graphic?
we can bring you 2 mock-ups of
Yeah.
that. Yes, okay,
So it's gonna come back in November. Okay.
correct.
All right, that's the last item.
That was the last item. Should we make a motion?
Motion for
Move the draft,
amended, amendment,
amended draft to the full board for discussion.
okay. Okay, I just move,
Director Gill.
amended. Draft. What else? That's it,
To the
To
board.
the full board.
to the full board.
Thank you. And then, Dr. Gill, you moved it?
Yes. is there a
Yes.
Second.
I second.
Okay, so we have a motion by Director Gill with a second by Director Alexander. All those in favor? Start with,
Director Chapman,
yes.
Director Alexander,
Yes.
Director Gill.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes unanimously. All right,
Thank you, directors.
with that, meeting is adjourned.
No comments?
Hold on. Do we have any public? Yes. Do we have any members of the public that would like to speak?
There none.
Okay, good. All right. Now with that, we're adjourning.